So we want, holding tension, every muscle's tight, we're breathing behind the wall, right? So squeezing our butt, squeezing our calves, toes grip the ground, creating tension through our body. So for morning cars, it just has to be light tension, maybe 25%. If you're using it for a warm-up, then the tension has to come up 35, 50%, up to 75 to 100%.
Okay.
Another thing we want to remember is diaphragmatic breathing. So we want to breathe the whole time in and out of our belly, right? So if you find yourself holding your breath, the thing I like to do is only move when you're exhaling. So so that's only if you can't breathe in and out as you do them. But if you find especially when you get to sticky spots, you might stop breathing. So if you find yourself wow, when I do my shoulder and I get to this point, I stop breathing, then what I want to do is, when I get to this point, if I stop breathing, right, then I'm going to only move when I exhale. When I inhale, I'll stop, continue to move with my exhale. The other thing that we want to watch out for is pinch points. So we should never have a pinch on the closing side of the joint. So my neck, when I stretch this way, this is the stuff that should hold me back. If I feel a pinch here, we're going to shorten our circle around that pinch point. Okay, we're going to go right up to it, but not into it, and then we're going to probably tell your coach so they can refer you out or get you fixed up. The last thing we have to do when we do cars is be present in what we're doing. So it's easy when people exercise, they kind of drift off, right? And we want to start thinking about the laundry I got to do, or I got to get to work, or whatever. When we do cars, I want you inside your body, inside that joint, because you're supposed to be learning and feeling through that. Okay? So we're going to start at the top of the head and move down. It can be done in different positions. So we're going to start standing. We may do some kneeling, but you can do them in all different positions. So you can do neck cars and quadruped. You can do them standing. You can do them kneeling, and it's good to do them in all different positions because your neck moves in all different positions. Okay? So if it gets boring, just change up the position. So we're going to start with the neck. Again, we've got two heavy weights. We're squeezing our butt, gripping the ground. Chin goes down to the chest. I'm going to drag that chin over my clavicle. When I hit that landmark, I'll take it side bend. Chin goes to the ceiling. I'm going to keep extension as I side bend. Chin goes to shoulder, down to the chest. Second round. Chin over clavicle, ear to shoulder, chin to ceiling. Remember tension, remember breathe. Chin to shoulder. Chin scrapes clavicle. Flexion one more time. Chin scrapes clavicle. Side bend. Chin to shoulder. Make sure that you don't shrug up. Chin to shoulder. Chin to chest. Let's reverse our motion. Chin scrapes clavicle. Chin to ear to shoulder. Chin to ceiling. Ear to shoulder. Chin to shoulder. Chin to chest. Second round. Scrape clavicle. Side bend. Max that out. Chin goes to the ceiling. Watch shrug. Ear goes to shoulder. Chin to shoulder. Chin to chest. Last round. Scrape the clavicle. Ear to shoulder. Chin to ceiling. Ear to shoulder. Chin to shoulder. Scrape that clavicle. Scapula. Scapula can be, I think the easiest way for new people to do it is arms out and maybe just outside, maybe like a 30-degree abduction from the body. This is easier because most people have a hard time with retraction, protraction. They have elevation, depression, but this kind of gives you a landmark a little bit on what you're doing. So first thing I'm going to do, make my arms super long, squeeze everything tight, press straight out, pick your shoulders straight up, take them straight back, drop them down into your back pocket, punch them forward, up, back, down, and forward. More of a circle this time. Up, back, down, forward. Watch elbow bend. Let's come straight back. Lift them up out of your back pocket. Punch them forward. Go straight down. Back, up, forward, down last time. Back, up, forward, and down. Good job. For the next one, we'll go down into straddle position. You got me? Okay, straddle position, thoracolumbar car. So straddle position is cool because we all usually need to spend more time in straddle position. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to spread my legs, and I always like to cheat mine out a little bit. or even use the ground a little bit. Toes should be pulled back into your shins. We're going to drive the legs into the ground at all times. Cross the hands over the chest. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put full flexion as far as I can go. I want to hold flexion as I rotate to the left. When I max that out on the side bend, I take the left shoulder to the ground, right shoulder to the ceiling. Then from there, this is usually people's sticky spot. I'm turning just as tall as I can. Side bend, then rotate, and full flexion again. Round two, rotate, side bend. Make myself as tall as I can. Side bend, staying tall, rotate, into flexion last time. Rotate, side bend, make myself as tall as I can. Side bend, rotate, down. When we go into extension, watch the chin's not helping. Chin stays neutral, neck stays neutral. To the right, rotate to the right, keep that flexion. Side bend from flexion, come the whole way up, tall extension. Go the other direction, stay tall and side bend. Rotate, down to flexion, keep flexion. Rotate, side bend, get nice and tall. Side bend, rotate, down to flexion, we have one more. Rotate, side bend, come into extension, make yourself tall. Side bend, rotate, down to the forward flexion. Let's come up in a tall kneeling position. We've since changed shoulder cards just a little bit. So we added an external rotation with adduction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate. This hand is far out. Remember, I got tension in this arm, driving into the ground, squeezing my butt. So I'm going to keep this external, I'm going to try to force this external rotation as I drag this across my body. And then from there, I come as high as I can, overhead flexion. From here, I'm going to reach up, rotate the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. I keep rotating, keep rotating, keep rotating until I arrive backwards at my side. From here, I go straight back into extension. Press down, rotate the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. Max out external. Bring it around the corner, continue across the body, back into external rotation. Nice job, we'll do it again. Externally rotate, across the body. Come into overhead. When I get there, I reach up. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, all turn. Go around, awesome. Come straight back, freeze, press down. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, external. Come across the body. Great job. One more time. External rotation. Take it across the body. From here, I reach up. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. Around. Also backwards. Come straight back. Freeze. Press down. Wrist, elbow, shoulders, all externally rotate. Max it out. Then try to come over that hurdle. Finish with external rotation. Other side. Shoulders feeling warm?
Yep.
Awesome. Externally rotate. Fist here. Tight butt. Drag this across the body. Up into overhead. When we get here, we freeze. So maybe take that out from your body. Yeah. Reach up. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. Keep internally rotating. Full internal rotation. We go back. Freeze. Full external rotation. Wrist, elbow, shoulder joint. Don't move until you've maxed it out. External rotation across the body. Do it two more times. External rotation. Keep that thumb driving out. So come across the body. Full overhead. From here I reach up. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. From here I go straight back. Freeze. Wrist, elbow, shoulder as I press down. Max it out.
All right. Last one now.
Awesome job. One more time. Externally rotate. Sweep across the body. Full overhead flexion. Freeze. Reach up. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. Come straight back. Freeze. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. stand up for a second, just take the pressure off. Knees, give ourselves a break. Do elbows. Elbows, we're gonna lock the elbows into the side. So it's important, as we move up and down, you got me? Mm-hmm. Cool, thank you. As we move up and down, so when I'm coming up, if I'm in external rotation, I keep trying external rotation as I come up. So I'm not just doing this, I'm actually pushing these out as I do this. When I do internal, I push them in as I drive. Okay, so start external, turn them out, squeeze your butt, grip the ground, remember breathing behind the wall, come on up. Again, externally rotate, come to the top, internal rotate as far as you can. Keep the elbows lean to the side, press down, rotate, come on up. Push it down, remember tension in that joint, tension the rest of your body, about 25% for morning cars. We get down at the bottom, we're gonna rotate, come on back. Keep that shoved in as we come up this time, backward, the opposite we did before. Externally rotate, internally rotate, bring it up, externally rotate, bring it down. Do you have heat in your elbows? You should. Come on up. Press it down. Awesome. Wrists. So, I think when you get better at it, you can do both wrists at a time. For when you're starting out, you should do them just one at a time so you can clamp down on this. And we want no rotation of your forearm. So that meat of my forearm is straight up at the ceiling. I'll put my thumb there, right? And my thumb shouldn't move. If my thumb ends up pointed anywhere but straight up at the ceiling, I've moved my forearm. Okay? First thing you do, come the whole way back. So try not to curl your hand. The hand goes straight back, no bend in the fingers. Reach those fingers towards the ceiling, start to press it towards the inside. Scrape that circle. Again, don't let that force. See how your forearm's starting to rotate? I know, because you'll want to do the more motion, do less motion with less compensation, right? We'll do 2 to the inside, or 3, and we'll do 2 to the outside. Again, scraping that circle. If we work on computers, if we work writing a lot, definitely get some heat going up in that. So again, doing your assessment, 3. Again, doing your assessment, finding out where you have your limitations and working that area more. So let's you doing the other? You on the other arm already? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like waiting for you to go to the other arm. Good. Same exact thing. Trying to keep those fingers straight. Cool. Got a little heat build up in those wrists. Okay, we'll take it down to the mat into the quadruped position. So this is not normally included in morning cars. As far as FRC is concerned, I like to add it because it's just super important, that segmented cat camel. So here is your camel position. This is your cat, full flexion, full extension. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to do it one vertebrae at a time. So I want you to come, let's start in a nice full camel, which is my neck. Go back to an effective ad hoc. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my sacrum, and I'm going to keep all this other stuff as I just move my sacrum. But all this other stuff stays into extension until I have imagine you have a spider walking up your spine. I come into full flexion. Keep that spine rounded, keep my chin into my chest, and then I'm going to start again from the sacrum. But my goal is to keep the upper body rounded, chin into the chest as long as I can. The neck is the last thing to move. Reverse it once again, starting at the tailbone, pull it underneath. reverse it. The tailbone.
Sternum out. 6 feet.
One more time. Tailbone. Head comes last. Last one. Okay, when you get into hips, so for hips, I like to use a tennis ball just to make sure that you keep flexion in the knee. So we'll actually put that tennis ball on the side that we're going to move. So what I want you to do, you get a nice quadruped position. From here, we're going to create ground tension. Grip the ground, twist down in. The leg that we're not moving is going to drive into the ground to create even more tension. Okay? So then the first thing I'm going to do is keeping the nice neutral neck and trying to keep your spine neutral. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to flex my spine. I want to flex and just bring the hip in. See the difference? So this is flexing my spine up and it goes further. This is hip flexion without any spine stuff. Cool? Grip the ground. We're going to move the side with the ball. Yeah. So come up in the flexion as far as you can. From there, go straight out to the side, but try not to spill your pelvis. Just come straight here, open straight out to the side until it stops. From there, rotate the foot to the ceiling. Bring it around into neutral. Again, when we go to extension, watch, we're not doing this, right? Not adding in spinal extension, just hip. So I'm going to come up. Again, open straight out to the side. Keep the knee high. Rotate the foot to the ceiling. Watch the opposite elbow bend. Think like you're bench pressing the earth the entire time. Knee in flexion. Knee straight out to the side. Abduction. Foot to the ceiling. Internal rotation. Foot into neutral. Knee into neutral. We're going to reverse it. Foot to the ceiling. Watch that back extension. Abduction. Externally rotate the foot towards the ground. Come in. Flexion. Foot to ceiling. Abduction. Straight out. Knee stays high as the foot rotates down. Into the armpit. One more time. Hip extension. Abduction. External rotation. The armpit. And down. We'll switch it over to the other side. So I have a really crappy right hip. So you guys, everyone will see like how limited I am on this right side. But again, it's to do what the hip does, not to twist and compensate and do the thing, right? Same, just like the last one. We're getting towards the end here. So again, remember, so really watch. The most common compensation on these, other than hip helping and back helping, is this. You'll see when people go out, they bend this elbow, right, to try to keep it more, right? So I'm like, oh look, I can raise my hip really high. It's because I'm breaking that elbow. So remember, always keeping that tension. So again, grip the ground, twist down in, opposite toe drives in the ground, full flexion. Flexion, go straight out to the side, abduction, knee stays high, rotate the foot to the ceiling, bring it around, in extension, into neutral, flexion, out to the side, pivot that knee up to the ceiling, foot to the ceiling, extension, knee stays high, pivot that foot to the ceiling, pull it around, down. And then we'll come foot straight up to the ceiling. Extension without back extension. Abduction. Keep the knee high. Rotate the foot in. Foot to the ceiling. Abduction. Knee stays high as the foot rotates. Neutral. Extension. Abduction. Knee stays high. Rotate the foot job. I'm sweating profusely. So we'll come into a rear naked choke. So perfect world, I would shoot this arm under, grab this, take this to the bicep, and then pull this behind my knee. Hand goes behind the knee. There you go. So what I'm doing is I'm basically locking this in. If anyone has a problem with that, if that's too hard, you can just come to the forearm, right? It looks like you have it. So yeah, you can grab the forearm. You can even just pull it up like this. But perfect world, grab the bicep, come behind the knee. So just like with the elbows, when we were turning out as we did the thing, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to externally rotate my foot as far as it goes. As I come up, I'm going to keep trying to externally rotate so I can scrape the outside of that circle. Come up as high as you can without bringing your knee completely straight. Turn in, and come back down the other, scrape the other side. Down at the bottom, I turn out, scrape up, get to the top, turn it in, scrape down the other side. Remember, tension, irradiation, breathing, and present inside that joint. I'm feeling all the stuff that goes into making my knee do this motion. Okay, from the bottom, keep turned in, reverse our motion. Extend, turn out, away with my friends, come back down. Turn the whole way in, extend, turn out, flex one more time. Turn in, extend, turn out, flex. Let's go into the other knee. Again, let's practice getting to that position. Hook under, grab the bicep, rear naked choke. So at first, when you first start this, it's going to take a little extra time because you're going to have to think about it. Once you've done this for 2 weeks, you just come in and you just move right through the motions. Take 10 to 12 minutes tops. Turn the foot in, come on up as high as you can. Keep that foot, turn it in, turn it out, come back down to the other side. Turn it in, come on up as high as you can. Keep turning in, turn out, down. Make sure you're putting tension into that joint, radiating out the rest of your body. Tension, up, turn it out, come on down. We're going to stay turned out now. We're going to come up, wave at my friends, come back down the other side. Turn out, come up, wave at my friends, come back down the other side. One more time, turn out, come on up, wave at my friends, come on down the other side. Awesome. Next one, on the back, ankle. Super duper important. So I'm just going to lay down like so, flat on my back. Make sure I'm in frame. Good to go. Okay, so I'm going to lay back and put both hands on my shin. And I'm using these hands for feedback. So my shin should remain just the way it is. I don't want to turn at my knee and help out. So my shin should stay locked in place. The only thing I'm going to move is my ankle. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start by pulling my ankle as far back into my shin as I can. I'm going to lock out my other leg, drive it into the ground. Start to take that big toe and scrape that circle as big as I can. Think like I have a pencil in between my big toe and my second toe. And I'm going to try to draw the biggest circle that I can. Don't forget about tension. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to do 3, taking that big toe towards the inside. Here's my 3rd rep. About this pace, nice and slow. Should feel some heat starting to build up in that ankle. And then we'll go the opposite direction. Toe towards the outside. Toe points. Toe in. Toe back in towards the shin. One more time. Toe towards the outside. Toe down. Tension. Breath. Presence. Good. Switch legs. Same exact thing. Pull that toe back into the shin as hard as I can. I'm going to start to press that big toe, making sure that the shin does not rotate. just the ankle. Press it down, pull it back. Scraping that biggest circle, pen between your toes, drawing the biggest circle that we can. For some reason, my leg always starts to shake during this one. And then we'll go the opposite direction. I cannot shut that leg off and shake. It's so weird. Feel a lot of heat build up in the ankle by now. If not, check your tension. Check the size of your circle. Are you doing everything that you can, or are you going too fast?
You doing 3 of those?
3 of those. Yep. Last one, 100 feet. Shoes off for this one. We're going to do toe cards. So some important points to remember when you do toe cards. There's a pad behind your pinky toe, a pad behind your big toe, and your heel. All 3 of those points should stay on the ground at all times. We also have to remember to create tension throughout the body. It's easy when we're up on our feet looking at our toes to just kind of like hang out and just do the toe thing. We also need to create tension in our joints just like every other joint. So as I do my toe elevations, I'm trying to keep all those pads. Watch out, because the most common compensation is to do this. So when I try to lift my big toes, if my big toes don't go, I'll go this way. And if you're doing these and your big toe, if you just look at your toes and they just twitch, you need to work on this more. So just know if like you go and your feet are dead, time to work on them. Okay, so 2 heavy things in my hands, squeezing my butt. First thing I'm gonna do is spread my toes wide, and I'm gonna elevate just my big toes off the mat. And if I can, try to pick them up straight. Press them back down, elevate the big toes, all the other toes stay down, press them back down, elevate the big toes, press them back down. Press the big toes into the ground, lift your 4 lateral toes. And we're gonna start with the pinky toe. We're gonna put down the pinky toe, then the next toe, and the next toe, then the next toe. And then again, push the big toes into the ground, pick all of them up. The pinky toe, the second toe, the third toe, the 4th toe. Last time. Big toes driving the ground. All 4 toes come up. Pinky toe, second toe, third toe, 4th toe. All toes come off the mat. Keep them all extended. Big toe presses down into the mat. Other toes stay up. Big toes come back up. Big toe touches down without any of the others. And then come back up. Big toe presses down without the others. Big toes come back up. Now we keep all the toes up. We're going to do that same waterfall, keeping the big toes up. Pinky toe, second toe, third toe, 4th toe. All toes up. Pinky toe, third toe, second toe, third toe, 4th toe. I forgot how to count to 4. All toes up. Pinky toe, second toe, third toe, 4th toe.